Hey guys, it's Danny from Angel Handmade Papercraft here. Today I have the unboxing of the Club La La Land Crafts. It's the July 2017 kit. The 2017 product kit includes the Beautiful Life Marci, Thoughtful Critters, the Temple die, Cherry Blossom Border die, and the Cherry Blossom Fan die. They're all on a red rubber backing there. The detail in the stamps and the dies is absolutely beautiful. I've already cut with these and I've already stamped with them and they're absolutely perfect. So as you can see, you get quite a lot of value with joining in with the stamp club there. The retail value is about $80.85 US. And I think it's $49.99 per month. So every month you get one of these packages in the mail. And it's just a different stamp and different dies every month. So I cut all those stamps up using my Tim Holtz scissors. You also get a few sentiments there with that stamp set. There's the Marci that I've already coloured up for you and all the little animals that I've coloured up. These are the dies cut out already for you so that you can see them. Okay, now I'm going to start stamping out my images so that you can see how beautiful they are. I'm using my Misty's stamping tool here, just removing the black stamping mat as that you won't be able to stamp with that with the red rubber images. Just popping in some of my Mondi colour copy. Now I get this pre-cut at the store that I purchased it from. It does come in an A4 ream. I get it all cut up while I'm there. So you just remove the stamps off the backing, work out where you want them, close the door on the Misty. Once you've put all the magnets down, just to hold that paper so it doesn't lift up. Close it up so it attaches to the other side. I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black on my stamps today. Just remember that this is the first stamping of this image. That's why I'm squishing my ink a little bit harder than what I normally would. Just making sure it's all covered. Closing the door on the Misty. And stamping the image out. Absolutely gorgeous. Just doing the same thing here with all the little critters. Just lining them all up so that I can try and squeeze them all onto one stamping. Close to getting the door of the Misty so that they all attach. Applying the black Memento ink, or Memento Tuxedo Black I should say. So once again, like I said, these are brand new stamps, so I'm just adding a little bit of extra ink from what I normally would. And this pen there obviously needs to have black ears and black feet, so I'm just pressing the ink down a little bit harder on there. Just to make sure it's all covered. Closing up the door of the Misty, stamping them onto my colour copy. Mondi 250 GSM. Just noticed I didn't push hard enough in a couple of spots there, so I'm just fixing that up. Okay, now we're going to start working on all of those images. So here they are, all stamped out beautiful. I'm going to start by colouring in the critters. Okay, so the stamps that I have used today, this is all of the Copic markers that I've used on both the critters and Marci. So if you wanted to have all those ready to go, I'm using E23, E25, E27, E29, C6, C8, C10 and 0. Using YR21, YR24, YR27, N0, N2, N3, N4. R24, R27, R29 and R89, E01, E93, E95, E00, E51, E53, E55, R11, W1, W3, W5. Now that does sound like a lot of markers, but I am colouring up 5 different images here, so hence why there's such a large list. So on the little picky here, I am using the E01, E93 and E95. Now I have sped this up a little bit because it was a fairly long video, so I don't normally colour this fast. Wish I did. So just, I always lay down a layer of the lightest colour first, and then I start from darkest to lightest. Just going back and blending all of that out. Just adding in some little cheeks there. Now I'm using my Uniball Signo Angelic White gel pen just to add some little freckles in there for him and some details onto the ears. Next, working on the red, so I'm doing R24, R27, R29 and R89. This is my second round at doing this video. I did actually do this video last night and somehow the video camera died and I didn't notice. So I coloured all of my images up only to find that my camera had died just after I'd started. So I am recolouring all of these images up so that I could get them onto video. So I did have some sort of idea as I was colouring these up what colours I was using, because I was doing them exactly the same as what I had already done. So now working on to the black areas, I'm using C6, C8 and C10. Now generally when you're working on a black area, you don't actually use your black marker, the 100 or the 101. Usually you just build up your greys to get to that black tone. So as always, I've just laid down the lightest colour. Now just starting from darkest to lightest and starting to build up my colours. Some of my markers I have noticed today need a bit of a clean, so I'll be working on that over the weekend after I finish work, to get them clean. I've also done an order of refills, so they should be coming next week sometime, hopefully. A few of my markers of course died as I was colouring up these images. Okay, so just starting to blend those 3 colours together. So I've now got all my shadows in and I'm now blending it all out to bring into that dark black colour. Adding on a little bit of detail. Okay, now I'm moving on to the panda. On the panda I'm using W1, W3 and W5. And I believe when I add his cheeks in, I am using R11. Now, a panda is generally white, but obviously he needs to have a little bit of shading and things. So I'm just using a little bit of the W markers and just blending it out. Now you have to forgive me that I don't always add the lids into my videos. I'm still getting used to doing all of that because normally I'm just colouring for myself and not for showing everybody else. Now, because I wasn't quite sure where I was going with this pen, I did actually start from the darkest to the lightest, and I didn't actually do the layer of the lightest colour. Next, I am starting to work on his outfit, so I'm doing a gold there, which is the YR21, YR24 and YR27. Now, some of these gold markers do need a refill, so they're not blending as nice today as what they normally do. So just laying down my darkest areas. Onto the mid-tone, the YR24. And blending it out with my YR21. Moving on to my reds. Oh, I just noticed that a little bit bled out, so I've just gone in with my 0 marker there. So back to my reds, I'm using R24, R27, R29 and R89. One thing to take notice of when you are popping your marker lids down on your desk, especially like this, the way that I'm doing it with them upside down so you can see the numbers, sometimes the ink does leave a mark on the paper, which is why I'm trying to make sure that I only put it on my mat and not actually onto the paper that I'm working on. I have done it before and then notice when I pick the lid up it's left a nice oval mark or round mark on my project. I've blended all those colours back through. I'm just adding the cheeks with the R11 and a little bit of detail with the white Uniball Signo gel pen. Okay, moving on to the next one there. I think it's a cat. No, sorry, I'm doing the bunny rabbit first. So on the bunny rabbit we're using N0, N2, N3 and N4. Adding on the details with the gel pen. His nose with the R11. Bit of detail on the nose as well. Okay, now we're just adding the lightest colour in on him. Just adding that base coat down. It does help you to blend your markers in when you've already got a base coat down. I think it just wets the paper a little bit. Going in with my darkest colour, the N4. Down to my mid-tone, the N3. Blending out that darkest colour. and down to my lightest colour, which is the N2. So on his nose I used the N0 and N2, and now the N2 becomes the lightest colour for his skin or his fur or whatever you want to call it. Just blending all of that colouring out that I've already done. Adding on a few details. Adding in the cheeks with the R11. It doesn't really show up too much in the video, but you can see them on the actual images. A little bit of gel pen. Now I'm moving on to my reds. So again, I'm using the R24, R27, R29 and R89. So I laid the base coat down, which was the R24, now going in with my darkest colour, the R89. Going in with my next darkest colour, which is the R29, blending out that R89. Go my next marker down, which is the R27, blending that out. And then back in with my lightest colour, the R24, to complete the blending. Adding the detailing with the white gel pen. Now going back with my C markers to create the black. So I'm using C8, C6, sorry, I'll start that again, C6, C8 and C10. Just saturating the paper with that base layer there. It doesn't really matter how rough you colour in on the base layer, it's going to be covered up anyway. Okay, going in with my darkest colour, the C10, adding in all of the shadows in the darkest areas. Down to my mid-tone, which is the C8. It's just starting to bring that colour out into the outfit. Down to my lightest colour, which is the C6, and blending that all out. Starting to look like a black outfit now. Okay, now I'm moving on to my little cat, which I think it's a cat. Popping down my lightest colour, E51, and my E53 marker for the nose. Blending that out. Adding some pink onto his nose, which is the R11. Detail with the white gel pen. And then I'll start colouring him up. So I'm using the using E51, E53 and E55 on his fur. Okay, so this is the darkest colour, the E55, no. Must be my lightest colour. I must have switched my colours. I think this may have been the first round. So I think I used E55, E57 and E59. Yep. So going in with the E59. So after I used that first lot of markers that I was talking about, I noticed that two of my markers were getting very dry. So that's why I've switched colours. Blending that out with the E55, which is also starting to get a bit dry, so it's a little harder to blend. That's why I did all the small sections first, so that I'm keeping his face saturated as I go. In with the mid-tone, the E57, to blend that dark tone out. And then back to my lightest colour, which is my E55. Sorry about the little arm in the way there. Flicking all those colours out and blending it all together. Using the R11 to create some rosy cheeks. And some white gel pen for the detail. Now I'm moving on to the outfit, so that I'm using the YR21, YR24 and YR27. So I'm just going in with the YR27, which is the darkest colour. Back to my mid-tone, the YR24, blending out that darkest colour into the outfit. And then in with my the lightest tone, the YR21, to blend that out. Now I'm just about done here. I was going to include the colouring of the Marci as well, but the video was getting too long, so I'm going to do another one for that. Just working on the red of his outfit with the R24, R27, R29 and R89. So don't forget to hit subscribe on my YouTube channel if you'd like to see more videos from me. I will get up the next colouring video shortly, so don't forget to stop back in to have a watch of that one. If you'd like to leave a comment, feel free to do so, and thanks for stopping by. Just decided at the last minute to add the polka dots onto his outfit, which I forgot to do. And I'll also add some details onto the rabbit's clothing as well, so it's different to the other two characters. So if you do like my videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, press the thumbs up button if you like the video, and leave a comment if you'd like to. Thank you.